We're going to ask Mr. Jock Setter if you would come forth right now regarding the resolution authorizing execution acceptance of the ingress-egress easement regarding the Technical College System of Georgia.
Good morning, Chair, members of the board. As you will probably recall, in November of last year, the board adopted a resolution with respect to the SPLOST item regarding the Southern Crescent Technical College. The SPLOST resolution included an allocation of $5 million towards a technical college in Henry County. The resolution had a condition requiring that in order to dedicate or to vote to spend that money, the county had to receive a valid property interest from the state or some other entity. And in November of last year, the board authorized the acceptance of an easement in satisfaction of that valid property interest requirement. We didn't vote on specifically what that easement was, and we didn't authorize the chairman to execute the easement. We have received now the easement from the Technical College System of Georgia. It's actually from the State Properties Commission. And that's the easement brought to you today, and today we would be looking for a resolution authorizing the chair to execute that easement on behalf of the county. And it's essentially just an access drive. The question will probably be asked of me, is that easement worth $5 million? Absolutely not. That easement might be worth $5,000.
I say that because I just want the people to watch how differently these folks vote on something that that our community, most of the people in our community won't even benefit from. We're about to pay $5 million to purchase an easement for a technical college that's funded by the state of Georgia with the taxpayers' money. And I just want you to watch how this vote goes today and watch how the chairman votes and see where her interests are. They're not with you. You're going to see where her interests are and all the people she owes right here.
Those that do want to attend the college. Because of my involvement with the Southern Crescent Technical College, I wanted to be transparent to you, but I'm also very committed to being unbiased for the county in every district and every citizen. So I will abstain from this vote. So at this time, are there any other questions or comments?
Read the resolution. This $5 million was set aside in SPLOST. It was actually voted on by the taxpayers. And just like everything else we've talked about this morning, these projects have to be completed. Now, this was $5 million set aside in capital projects for the county, and it was voted on. And to sit here and deny it now is unwarranted.
At the time, we thought we were going to have ownership interest, but it came about that we don't have ownership interest because of the way the state is funding it. So I just don't agree with putting county money into a project for an easement, $5 million of our SPLOST money on the technical school where they can get grant money in that from the state and the federal government. I just don't agree we should move in that direction.
Comments?
I want to just say to my fellow commissioners, you guys all know that we're having a budget issue. You guys all know that there are things on the SPLOST projects that were not completed that keep rolling over. SPLOST is going to come up again. When I read this months ago, it said that we would have, and what the voters vote on, that we would have an interest in this college. We would have an interest in this building. We're going to spend $5 million, and I'm going to make it known, in something we're not going to have an interest in. And we're still going to be in a rut with our budget, raising taxes to try to get us out of it when we've got $5 million right now that we can hold for this county. Why would we vote to give it away? And if you vote today to give it away, let that be on your conscience, because we still have, the attorney just said that if we keep this $5 million, that we would have this to use to complete those projects that we don't have the money to complete. So you need to really make a conscious decision and make the best use of taxpayers' dollars. I'm a commissioner, I'm a business owner, I'm a homeowner, I pay taxes, and I am very adamant about we need money, and it does not have to come out of taxpayers' pockets when we have $5 million right here that we're about to give away to something we won't even have an interest in.
Just wanted to perfect the record. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. But just as a perfection of the record, and it's not to correct the commissioner, but we cannot use splosh funds to put into the general budget.
You're absolutely correct. Even with this condition, those funds would still be limited to SPOS projects. And I'll say this, I can't sit here and tell you with any 100% certainty that that condition is really valid or not.
It's the easement. That's what you're saying?
No, we're going to grant them, they're going to grant us the easement as soon as they finish the project.
If we don't give them the $5 million, will they still grant us the easement?
There wouldn't be any reason for us to accept it. We don't want the easement if we're not going to contribute the money into the school. So, I mean, we have no desire to, I'm not saying that it's not a fair way to look at it, but it's not structured as a real estate transaction. Our contribution will be made at whatever point of progress of construction that it happens. I don't know exactly. That remains to be resolved. But their contribution was substantially more than our contribution. And I don't know if they'll continue with their contribution or how much they'll continue without our $5 million. I don't know the answer to that question. I've not had that discussion with anybody.
Okay. We've had a motion and a second, and we've had discussion. We're now going to move, the floor is now open for a motion for approval. I'm sorry. So I know the vote is what so all in favor of this resolution authorizing execution and acceptance of the ingress egress for the technical college, please raise your hand. 3. Okay, all opposed? And I had noted that I was abstaining. Thank you.